Over the last few days, a viral story has been circulating online about alleged large-scale fraud involving state-funded daycare centers, healthcare services, and transportation services in Minnesota. I first became aware of this story yesterday after watching a video by YouTuber Nick Shirley. If you haven't seen the video yet, I'd highly recommend watching it all the way through. It's like 40 minutes long, but it's such a good video exposing all the government fraud taking place in Minnesota. In the video, Nick, who's an independent journalist, and this guy who's an independent investigator, David, document multiple daycare facilities run by the Somalis that were reportedly receiving millions in government funding despite showing any clear signs that they were operating as legitimate child care centers. What made this investigation so shocking to me was that these daycare facilities were supposed to be licensed to care for like dozens and sometimes even hundreds of children. And yet, when Nick and David visited these daycare centers in their video during normal business hours, many of these places had blacked out windows, locked doors, no visible activity inside, and most importantly, no kids in sight. In several of these cases, there were no children present at all, zero staff, and no indication that these Somali run childcare services were actually providing childcare services. And in one YouTube video, and in one day, these two guys uncovered over $110 million in taxpayer funds that were being distributed to these daycare facilities, and it all got uncovered by the single day of investigative research work. I'm going to give credit to this David guy and Nick guy for doing what the mainstream media would never do and provide honest reporting to the American people. This Minnesotan David guy in the video spent years of his own time and money researching these public records, filings, and all these inconsistencies tied to these Somali daycare facilities and helped bring this to the public attention. It baffles me how easily massive amounts of public money can slip through the cracks when the government systems lack transparency and actual enforcement of the rules. If YouTubers with cameras can expose this big of a fraud scheme in one day, it raises serious questions about what state agencies either ignorantly missed this or blatantly ignored this for years. So why am I making a video about all this? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First, this story genuinely frustrates me because I was a Minnesota taxpayer for 2 years, so this hit a little bit at home for me. And stories like this just highlight how little control we have and visibility we have over where our taxpayer money is actually going. We work way too hard, pay too much in taxes, all this just to assume that our dollars are being used responsibly. Well, in fact, they're not. And we're finding out clear as day here that millions of the taxpayer dollars are being misallocated and outright stolen in a big fraud scheme. And don't even get me started on how much of our taxpayer money is going overseas. And that could probably be saved for a whole separate video. And I'd love to learn more about what fraud's going on with that one too. And secondly, this story makes me realize the hard truth that the government is not going to protect your financial future. That responsibility has to always be in your hands. You can't rely on the government whatsoever anymore. Whether it's taxpayer fraud just like this, online get-rich-quick schemes, or like, those old school phishing attacks targeting your grandparents, click this link here. There are people in every corner that are going to try to take advantage of others. That is just how the world is nowadays, unfortunately. And this daycare facility story is just one example of it. It's a reminder that the scale of fraud can be so massive and just hidden in plain sight. I mean, for fuck's sake, like this daycare facility in the video, one of the daycare facilities in the video that I just watched can't even spell learning center right. It's spelled Leering Center. I'm going to put a screenshot here on the screen so you can see it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there's obviously no kids in sight, broad daylight, middle of the day. Like, how the fuck do people get away with this for so long? This is blatant fraud here. I mean, I just hope this story brings awareness to you guys out there. Like, you just need to use the story to realize that you need to get your finances in order, not just to build your wealth but to protect yourself from all this fraud. This means you got to understand where your money's going that you can control. You got to be skeptical of promises that sound too good to be true, and realizing that no institution is going to care about your financial well being as much as you do. And that's why I personally try to focus so much on tax efficiency and control with my finances. I take full advantage of tax advantage accounts when I can because I do not want to give this government any more money than legally required, especially when stories like this come out and just show how poorly run these government agencies can be and how poorly your money, your taxpayer dollars are getting managed. And looking ahead to 2026, I'm also planning to probably diversify further by exploring gold and silver or alternative assets like that. And this isn't like a doomsday move or anything, but it's just another small hedge that I can use to maintain my purchasing power outside of all these government systems. So I'm going to keep you all updated on that whenever I start buying gold and silver later into next year. But the moral of the story here is very simple. Just be careful, stay informed, and take ownership of your financial life. The more proactive you are with your money, the harder it is going to be for anyone, anyone in the government or your state government or federal government to take advantage of you. I want to thank all y'all for staying until the end of this video. That's all I have in this video. So leave a comment down below about what your thoughts are on this most recent fraudulent Somali-run daycare scheme happening in Minnesota. I'll see you guys in the next video.